Can we all unmute yourself and check our microphone, please? Neha, Mariana,
Yes.
Shauli ma'am. Mariana, can you say hello?
Hello.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
No.
Neha Divyani, can you unmute?
Could you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear. Da. So, okay. Mariana, do you want to connect your presentation?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So I'll go for this now. Rania has joined. Rania, can you please say hello for your the checking of microphone kindly?
Yes, yes. Hello, hello.
Okay. Now we can
I'm here.
hear. Okay. I'm getting ready for the broadcasting section. Please get yourself ready for the introductory part. I'm really sorry that I had some technical difficulty here.
Could you hear me in my presentation in share?
Yeah, please connect your presentation. I'm going for the give us. I want to join. Okay. Right at this moment, our broadcasting session is ready. And right now, we are also recording our conversation, dearest all leaders and international guests. I'm really happy to welcoming all of you on this international platform. Now I would like to start our official section. Miss Idda, very welcome you here. I'm really sorry for the past difficulties on the technical part. I'm requesting Miss Rania, can you please introduce yourself from Greece? Miss Rania
Yes.
Lantu, can we have your introductory part, please?
Of course. So greetings from Greece to all of you. I'm very honored and excited to participate in this so meaningful and significant children's rights. My name is Rania Lambu. I am a global educator, STEM instructor, and ICT teacher trainer, a neuroeducation researcher, author of scientific books for kids. Currently, I'm working at the Greek Ministry of Education at the Directorate of Educational Technology and Innovation. And also, I'm a STEM instructor at the Greek Astronomy and Space Company. And also, I am the founder of many international humanitarian STEM projects that are implemented mostly in Africa and Asia. My role is actually to promote STEM vision through astronomy, STEM, and physics projects, and combine STEM with language teaching. Apart from this, I'm also a global peace ambassador. I'm trying to promote youth and women empowerment. I am the chairman of Ladies of All Nations International for Greece, and also of another organization that includes women leaders, G100 organization. I think this is for now.
Thank you so much, Miss Rania. Can we hear from our international leader, Miss Mariana from Mexico? Mariana, can you unmute your microphone and please say something about your introductory part? Miss Mariana Marquez from Mexico, welcoming you on this international platform. Mariana.
Thank you. Hello, everybody, wherever you are. Well, I am Mexican. I am biologist. I was studying master degrees in neuroscience. I'm working in the early experience and the change in the brain. Also, I collaborate in association which help to Mexican girls to study careers in STEAM areas. And Mexico is a beautiful country. Thank you. That's all for me.
Wow, superb. Thanks a lot, Miss Mariana from Mexico. Can I please request our international leader, very graceful personality, Miss Shali Mukherjee from India. Can we kindly request you to have your introductory part, ma'am? I'm sorry for the last time difficult part of the technical issue. Can you?
That's perfectly fine. We do understand that technical glitches are right now part of this online, conversations. So that's perfectly fine. So greetings from India. This is Dr. Shali Mukherjee. It has almost been 23 years now that I am in the education sector. I have been the principal as well as the founder principal of some of the reputed international schools in West Bengal, India. To name a few, I would definitely like to mention STEM World School, my recent brainchild, which happens to be the first STEM school in the entire West Bengal region, which was also eventually awarded for being the second best international day school in the entire West Bengal region. Currently, I am the director of School of Education and Dean Student Affairs at one of the premier universities of Eastern India, which is Adamas University. Apart from that, I am also associated with premier educational organizations across India as well as globally in senior advisory capacity. And as a global thought leader and inspirational speaker, I almost speak regularly in national and international forums on topics pertaining to education, youth empowerment, and women empowerment. Thank you.
Super. Great introduction from Ms. Shali Mukherjee from India. We are really delighted, blessed to have you all. Can I hear our international leader, Ms. Ida Kamau from Kenya? Can I connect to Ms. Ida and have your introductory part, please? Can you unmute your microphone, Ms. Ida?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Good
evening.
You on this international platform, International Conference on Women's and Children's Rights. Ms. Ida, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you all?
Yes, great.
Greetings. Greetings from Kenya. From here, we greet our friends, Jambu, Kenya. So my name is Eda Kamau from Kenya, as we have earlier heard. And I am a teacher by profession. I have taught for the last 17 years in public primary schools in Kenya. I am currently the deputy head teacher of my school, which is called Kinunguna Primary School. It is in one of the counties by the name Kilifi County, and specifically one of almost the marginalized areas in our country. Besides teaching in my country, I am also a global educator, and I am also passionate in children's matter. I am a trained psychologist, counselor for children. I work with different organizations as a volunteer. To be specific, let me mention that I work with Bible Society of Kenya in reaching out to children who have experienced traumatic issues. So we at times visit like children's homes and even correctional centers. Sorry, there's an echo.
Yeah, please carry on.
Okay, fine, thank you. So I was saying of my engagement with dealing with children's counseling, especially those who have gone through traumatic experiences. So once in a while, I visit girls who are in correctional centers what at times other countries name as juveniles, but in our country we call them correctional centers. I am also a proactivist in campaigning for the rights of people with disabilities, especially children in schools. Currently, I am a student at the Aga Khan University Institute of Education Development in Dar es Salaam. I am studying for my master degree. Some other things that I do is that I am a trainer and a coach in performing arts, and I like training children in performing arts because it is a way, especially of helping them to express their emotions, especially those who are emotionally disturbed. And also I teach performing arts just for kids to enjoy. Okay, so for now, that's it, and thank you. I am privileged to be in this platform. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks a lot. So it's a great pleasure to hear from the voice of Kenya. I'm very, very lucky to connect you over here on this platform. So can I connect Miss Sahir Saver from Canada? Sahir Saver from Canada, how are you, sister? And very, very warm welcome on this international platform. Can we have your introductory section, Miss Sahir Saver from Canada?
Okay, greetings from Canada. Good evening, everybody. I am happy to see you and nice to meet you. So I am a lecturer in the Union of Translators. I am an English teacher, in fact, and I am also a translator and a poet. I am very interested in the issue related with children also, and we know that the world is witnessing a lot of hardships regarding women abuse and children abuse also. So this is why, of course, I am Tunisian. Okay, I am Tunisian, and when I was in Tunisia, I was an activist there, and now here I am integrating and trying to translate for people, for the newcomers to Canada, okay, especially women who are traumatized because of being a refugee, okay, like Syrian refugees. Okay, so I'm trying to sensibilize women of their rights, okay, and to have voice within the society. That's all.
Thanks a lot. Can I hear from international delegate, the leader, the speaker, and model, Miss Karishma, Dr. Karishma Moni from India? I request you to unmute your microphone and please introduce yourself, Dr. Karishma Moni. I'm very, very happy to connect you here.
Hi Monira, nice to see you. Hello everyone, welcome to this platform and for supporting my lovely sister Monira Sultana. And today we are here to discuss an important topic and show the strength and empowerment, how empowered we are. This is a time to show to the world. So thank you everyone for being a part of this conference. And I am Dr. Karishma Mani from India, and I am an actress, anchor, model, journalist, and world record holder person, having 550 awards and 18 honorary doctorates for my records and for my talents. And I'm so glad to be connected here. And I would like to thank you for supporting us, for supporting my beautiful sister Monira, and showing the power of women, because this is not an easy platform for each one of us who are here. So you have truly gathered here and showed how empowered we are. So thank you very much for being here.
Okay, great introduction. Thanks, Dr. Karishma Moni. May we hear from our dearest brother, Mr. Bamber, can you introduce yourself? Can we say a few words? Can we listen, please, from Bamber from India? Radha,
Very good.
Can you please
Very good
introduce
evening.
yourself?
Very good evening,
Good evening.
my dear all sisters. All world sisters are our brothers and our sisters. I am the businessman and priest of humanity. Autism, Global of Autism Disabilities Organization. I am working East and South Asia coordinate and general advisor. Always are welcome. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. It's a pleasure to hear from our brother. Can we please request all of our guests for the question round section? By this time, do you want to present your presentation? Is there any leader wants to connect their presentation with us? Divyani, can you hear me? I don't see the face of Neha and Ashutosh here. I don't know, maybe their camera is off. Divyani and Neha, can I request, please introduce yourself in 1 minute? Neha and Divyani from Mumbai, India.
Yes, please. My name is Divyani Arjun. I am from Mumbai, India. I am a student. I am studying in class 10. Thank you.
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Neha Arjun and I am studying in 11th standard. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Ashutosh is here.
Yes,
Ashutosh, can you please introduce yourself kindly in 1 minute?
yes. My name is Ashutosh Arjun Singh. I'm from Mumbai and I'm studying in class 8.
Okay, thanks. So can you please connect our international leader, Ms. Shauli Mukherjee, for her view on these women's and children's rights? Ms. Shauli Mukherjee from India, can you please share your views on these international issues and global important issues, women's rights and children's rights?
Sure. So, already in my introduction, I have stated that I'm a passionate academician for the last 23 years of my life. So, in that particular capacity, I have exclusively worked with the children as well as young adults. So, that happens to be a part of my profession. Apart from that, I'm extremely passionate about issues pertaining to women empowerment. And in that capacity, I'm associated with premier organizations across India as well as globally in senior advisory role. To name a few, I'm associated with Women Reform Organization in Nigeria as the academic advisory and ambassador. I'm also the chair of the education board for Hope Ambassadors in Childcare Organization, which is also in Nigeria. Coming back to my native place, that is India, I'm also the national advisor to the National Council of Women and Child Development. So, being a woman leader today, I thought that let me present my views on women leadership. So, it is undoubtedly a significant time for the world to recognize the benefits of women in leadership and to commit to placing even more women in position of power. Women are powerful agents of change, and the far-reaching benefits of diversity and gender parity in leadership and decision-making are increasingly recognized in almost all spheres. In spite of that, what we see is that women continue to be vastly underrepresented in decision-making, in politics, in business, as well as in communities, notwithstanding the fact that women as leaders and as decision makers at all levels are extremely crucial and critical to advancing gender justice and gender equality, and to furthering economics, social, and political progress for all. There are significant evidence, in fact, which exhibits that when women are meaningfully represented and engaged in leadership bodies such as legislatures, courts, executive boards, and community councils, It has been seen that laws, rules, and decisions are more likely to be inclusive and representative and exhibiting diversity of views into account. Women leadership within the household, including decision making over land and household income, improves access to education and healthcare for their families. Countries with a greater proportion of women as top decision makers in legislatures have, in fact, lower levels of income inequality. Statistics have shown that peace agreements are 35% more likely to last at least 50 years if women leaders are engaged in its creation and execution. Women actually view work more holistically as a component of their overall life plan. That is, they're more likely to approach their careers in a self-reflective way and value factors such as meaning, purpose, connection with co-workers, and work-life integration. When women bring this particular strength to bear for their teams and employees, it has long-lasting implications. It improves employee retention, creates stronger team players, and develops the next generation of female role models. Now, throughout history, we have told women that they are too kind and they are too caring to be leaders. But the notion that someone who is not kind and caring can lead effectively is definitely at odds with reality. We are not living in medieval times anymore. 21st century leadership demands that leaders establish an emotional connection with their followers, and that is arguably the only reason to expect leaders to avoid automation. Indeed, when artificial intelligence will hijack the technical and hard skill elements of leadership, so long as we have human beings at work, they will definitely crave for validation, appreciation, and empathy that only humans and definitely not the machines can provide. So female leaders have been proven to be more likely to coach, mentor, and develop their direct reports than male leaders. They are in fact true talent agents using feedback and direction to help people grow. This means being less transactional and more strategic in their relationship with employees. And it also includes the openness to hire people who are better than themselves, because it has been seen that their egos are less likely to stand in the way. This enables them to unlock other people's potential and promote effective cooperation on their teams. So I can go on and on with issues pertaining to women leadership, but I would just like to mention in conclusion that it's not important what society expects out of women. Rather, it is extremely important what we expect out of us. We all have a Wonder Woman within us who is endowed with the power to create, to nurture, and to transform. The day women realizes that the real fight is never outside, it is always within us. That is the day when women will truly succeed both in their professional and in their personal sphere. And every time, and this is such a powerful statement, this is something which is so very close to my heart, that every time a woman decides to stand up for herself, she actually decides to stand up for all the women. We must remember that the hand that rubs the cradle, the procreator, the mother, a woman, it is she who shapes the destiny of our civilization. So more power to women. Thank you so much.
Okay, great to have the view of international leader, Ms. Shali Mukherjee from India. Can I hear from Rania Lampo from Greece? I have question for you, please. Share your views that how you can bring the changes, the shift, and how your work can present and bring value, and how you are want to develop our women's rights and children's rights? Question number 1 from Rania Lampu from Greece.
Okay, so much story, because as I'm doing usually, because the public opinion of the Greek society is shocked by some recent dramatic events concerning domestic violence and gender-based violence. So before starting, I feel the need to share with you these events. May I share my presentation?
Okay. You can connect your presentation, Miss.
Is it visible now?
Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
Super.
So,
like you.
Okay, so while a debate about sexual harassment and abuse has swept the globe in recent years, in Greece, a generally socially conservative country, the vote reflects to remain silent on the issue has remained strong. But until now, until recently, because Greece's much delayed Me Too movement came in January, nearly 4 years after the movement swept across the globe in 2017, when a Greek sailing Olympic medalist revealed that she was subjected to sexual harassment and abuse by a Hellenic Sailing Federation official. The allegations of the Olympic champion have opened up a conversation about gender roles, discrimination, power dynamics, and everyday sexism in Greek society. Her testimony led to a slew of high-profile resignations and sparked an outbreak of similar regulations, and also opened the floodgates of a string of accusations against some of the country's leading theater and VIP and TV stars. So Greece's emerging Me Too movement, sparked by this taboo-breaking decision to break the silence, to break the code of silence in Greece, to go public with allegations of sexual abuse, has raised hopes, and it can also uncover long-hidden stories of incest, unfortunately, in the patriarchal country. Stories of sexual trauma have in recent weeks spread from sports to the world of entertainment, academia, and beyond. And some experts say that it is only the start of an issue long kept under wraps. So more than many women from the world of entertainment have reported sexual harassment dating back to the start of their careers. And Greece remains largely silent on that front. In the case of gender-based violence, there is indeed a modern, actually progressive legal framework, but on paper, in practice, the laws are not usually enforced as they should be. And partly, of course, this has to do with material factors such as low levels of institutional capacity, poorly equipped material structures, and lack of control mechanism. So institutionally, we have embedded patriarchal notions that are obviously a major obstacle to the implementation of gender-based violence-related politics. So unfortunately, what is happening in Greece, 90% of sexual aggressions remain under wraps, and only the tip of the iceberg becomes public. And we talk about sexist society. And also, we talk about the president of Smile of the Child, the non-profit child welfare organizations here, says that this movement should also shine a light on cases of incest, because the majority of cases, the father is the aggressor, and in the worst scenario, the mother is covering for him. Another event, shocking event, which happened unfortunately in Greece recently this week, and we are all shaken by this event. Greek society underwent a big shock. It's about the case of a 20-year-old woman who was murdered by her husband, a Greek pilot. And the revelation in this case has Greece has provoked fury as the country reels from the recent string of celebrity Me Too cases I mentioned before. The cases of femicide are usually results of years of domestic violence that has not been treated and has not been answered in the correct way, according to all criminologists, lawyers, and women rights activists. So protesters, many of them women, carrying banners reading "No more domestic violence," lined up to scream insults at this murderer. And domestic violence, what is domestic abuse? It's actually a pattern of coercive, controlling behavior that is a pervasive, life-threatening crime affecting people in all communities, regardless of gender, age, or race. And this is there is not only physical abuse, there are many types of domestic violence, including emotional, sexual, social, financial, spiritual, and physical abuse. In Greece, 1 in 4 women will experience domestic violence at some point, the levels according to research. And 50% of women murdered in Greece are murdered by their romantic partners. 25% of women in Greece have experienced physical or sexual violence since the age of 15. According to this, concerning this matter, I said before that I am the founder of MULTINATIONal projects. My recent project is called Gender-Based Violence, Why Peace is a Much Better Option. It's inspired by the high rates of gender-based violence in Nigeria. It's a project that focuses on 5 out of 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, reduced inequalities, peace, justice, and strong institutions. It has started to be implemented in many schools in Nigeria, and it's actually original because it combines gender-based violence among students of 12 to 17 years old and STEM education, and try to include activities, challenging activities such as storytelling to encourage students to share their experiences, their feelings, and also dramatizations that have always celebrated a cathartic role. The final outcome of this project is a strengthening of the idea of peace among members of societies that experience conflict, especially gender-related conflict. And furthermore, I'm fighting for the equality between women and men in the field of natural sciences. I want to sensitize children and make them aware of the importance of the fact that women should have equal opportunities with men in developing themselves as scientists. So recently created with my students radio broadcast and educational videos about women in science from Marie Curie till today to modern times. It's a video that you can find it on free on YouTube. It's called Women Physicists from Marie Curie Time to Today. And it was presented on the European School Radio. It was aired also on the national television on the International Women's Day. So I want to say also that the previous speaker talked about women leaders. Actually, we see that during the COVID pandemic, I want to say here that all my projects have so far received 75 international awards. I was elected for this project as a global icon and among the 100 most successful women in the world. And I want to say that unfortunately, women during the COVID pandemic were hit hard by the pandemic. They were at the front line tackling the pandemic. And so far, we can see that all the categories, women in business, women in politics and education, women who are providing support in civil society, all are part of the global mosaic of building a global society. So societies need women leaders, making history, leading the charge for innovation and global progress. Because leading is, by definition, change-making. So my message to women is, have faith in yourself, follow your dreams and your passion. All women can be change makers. It's just a matter of unlocking it. The think manager, think male stereotype no longer starts alone as 2021 unfolds. We can add a new one, think leader, think lady. So women need actual empowerment. Empowerment is a multidimensional process encompassing changes in the political, social, economic spheres in life, and all different dimensions of empowerment are closely interrelated. And since the outbreak of the pandemic, the role of women in the economy has taken on even greater importance. Women are great leaders. Why? Because they have an innate ability to dream big, to challenge assumptions, and inspire teams. They know how to translate big ideas into concrete action and results. They are able to balance professional and personal leadership skills. Most women are empathetic and value relationships. They are flexible, they lead by example, they defy the odds. So we need, by concluding, I want to say that we need to build pipelines of women leaders who could learn from and rely on one another. Many women value the opportunity to learn from other women leaders. It's important to create a safe space for open discussions on issues pertaining to gender and leadership. Also forget to say that I'm trying to support volunteers. I'm a volunteer for students, especially girls at the ecological hospital, and special education, children with special education needs, and also to girls refugees. And also I'm trying to promote all these initiatives around the world about STEM in education, initiatives such as Girls Go Coding. Thank you very much for your attention. And if you have any question?
Okay, thanks a lot for your great presentation. Now, can I please request our leader, Ms. Mariana, to connect our presentation, please? And I would like to connect our leader, Dr. Karishma Moni, for the question that how your work can change the situation that is at present is going on for women's rights and children's rights. Dr. Karishma Moni, can we have a great line
Yes.
from you?
Yes. Monitor, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yes. Before commenting or before giving any kind of speech, I would just like to raise a question that one question, okay, that is not related to violence nor nothing, but related to each and every woman. Do each and every woman have their own home? You know, since from childhood, women have been taught that their parental home is not their homes. They have to go to their husband's home and that is their real home. But when they go to their husband's home, they cannot find it as their home. So the first and foremost question for all the women like us, that do women have their own shelter or not? Do you agree with that question, everyone? Okay, I cannot see the faces because the presentation is running on the screen.
Oh no,
But
you can see that Dr. Moni, Miss Rania from Greece, our Sahir Saver from Canada, from Greece, and from Mexico, the leader, all are here. Neha, Divyani, Ashutosh, all are here. You can request them for their view.
yes, so the question itself rises that do we have our own homes? Because every time the violence of the woman is basically, the result of this thing, that each and every woman, since from their parental home is not taught for the self-respect, they are not getting the proper rights at their own home. From the parental family itself, they are being taught that this is not their home. So, how can you expect the world to value you when you are not valued at your own homes or in your own parents, home? So, how can we, be valued in the nation, in the society? That is the main question. So, I would just raise this question again and again, that do we have our own homes? Because every time we are meant to listen that this is not our home, this is not our home, we have to get married, we have to go to the boy's parents, so we are not getting equal rights like a man. And that's why, then every stage of life we are facing some or the other injustice or violence, and the superior power, the dominant male dominant society try to suppress us. Okay, but how far we can get raised with this and we can get equal rights in all the things, that is the most matter. And due to the equal rights, our position can be improved. But this is basically the injustice, the violence, the everything is basically the result that in their own patriarchal family, the women's, are being suppressed, sometimes by their parents, sometimes by their relatives, sometimes by their elders. They are being suppressed, and this is what their power is being diminished and they are not able to fight. So first of all, Every woman should get their rights at their own home. This is my point of view.
Thanks, Dr. Moni. May I request Mariana, please present your presentation kindly. Mariana, can you hear me? You are unmuted. Mariana, can you unmute, please? You are muted.
Can you see my presentation?
Yeah, I can see. We can
Yes?
see. Yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Wow,
Well,
super.
Okay. Well, okay. So I'm from Mexico, and this is a very important country in the world, but also we have some problems like the similar to other countries. Mexico total population is around the 51% of women, but the 44% of the women in Mexico are the part of the workforces. Oh, sorry. Can you see?
Yeah, please connect. No problem.
Yeah, can you see?
No, not now.
No? Oh, okay.
No problem. Take your time. No problem. Take your time. Rania,
Okay.
I had seen. I am so lucky to have your colorful presentation. Seriously, I liked it so much.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
And how graceful.
Yeah. Can you see?
Yeah, it's connecting the dear leader.
Can you see?
It's coming on the way, on the way from Mexico to Bangladesh.
Can you see now?
Not yet.
Oh my God.
Pilot is taking time actually.
Oh my God.
It will come. It will come. You can present. No
Okay. Let me see. Well, in Mexico, the principal rights of the women are the right to participate in events without any discrimination. Women have the right to work to receive a just salary. Women have the right to decide the number of the children they had and take care. Also, one of the rights in my country is participate in the community affairs and hold leadership position, and they are fairly and democratically elected. Women have the right primary care in terms and their health and nutrition, and women have the right to the education and others, but however, not all of them are practiced. Well, now in the 21st century, where the knowledge, science, and human rights had reached their highest expression, women continue to be treated less friendly than men. In countries include the OECD, women had fewer career opportunities, more obstacles to gainful employment, suffer for high levels of the worsen, and air average 14 less than men. Less than the whole of the Mexican women or working age participate in the labor market. One of the causes of this low participation is the excessive unpaid work burden borne by the women in Mexico, which prevents them from devoting time to formal work. Mexico women carry out 3/4 of all unpaid work in the home, including childcare. In addition, the long hours work culture makes it difficult to strike a good work-life balance. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. No problem. Please carry on.
Sorry. Let me see too. Okay. Less than the whole of the Mexican women of working age participate in the labor market. Mexico is the second lowest rate on the OECD countries and much lower than the rate of the Mexican men activity in the labor market, which is 18%. Almost 60% of the women who do work had informal jobs with a low social protection, high insecurity, and low pay. Also, in Mexico, 60% of the women, 60% of the women over the age of 15 states on my country had victims of some kind of violence during their lives. This violence or their fundamental right to the security and affects their ability to participate in the public and economy of their life in the countries. The impacts of the coronavirus pandemic have not been for neutral. The health, social, and economic crisis brought by COVID-19 has exacerbated exciting gender gaps and deepened the already vulnerable situation of the women and the girls in Latin America and the Caribbean, for example, in my country. The 2030 Agenda in the Sustainable Development has three important goals of the Mexican women. First, the gender equality. Eliminate all the forms of the violence. Eliminate all the practice such as the child early and forced marriage, because in my country, girls around the 10 and 11 years marry and had babies in their early age. Also, in my country, we are trying to make effective participation and equal opportunities of formal leaderships. Also, enable to equality to technology, because in my country there are poor people, and many people doesn't have the communication technology to promote the empowerment of the women. Equal the participation of the women in the political, economic, and public life make the emphasis and reduce the gaps in all the kinds, including salary, the labor, and the making and domestic burden of the care. Other problem in my country is in the Mexico, girls and boys doesn't have the access to equality to early childhood to the development. So in Mexico, we try to introduce to the girls to the study in different areas to the areas STEAM. For example, Mexico had one of the projects called Mexico with the US Foundation tried to do a foundation called Women Leaders in the STEAM. It's an implementary program in the areas of the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics STEM for the Latin women. This program was created by Rebecca Vargas. She is the director, based on her professional experience to help empowerment of the young women in my country. And this program is successfully because we are participating with 20 countries, for example, Colombia, Canada, Sweden, England, Spain, French, Belgium, Argentina, Chile, Netherlands, Portugal, Italy, and other countries. We participate to empower of these girls to continue to study and break the gaps of the gender in my country. That's us all first.
Okay, great. Great to have your view, Mariana, how great you are. Miss Ida, can I have your view, please? How your works can emphasize on this part, women's rights and children's rights, how you can grow it more strong in your own work. Ida from Kenya, can I have your view, please?
Oh, yes, Munira. Hello, everyone. Allow me to share my screen too.
Yeah. You can. Please share your presentation here. May I all inform you that Ida is very active in her work in terms of awakening the souls of women and children. And Rania, I know you. You are so great. You are working so hard for creating massive awareness. And my sister, Sahir Sabe, wonderful leader. She is so grateful that she is working passionately. And Dr. Karishma Moni, I cannot explain your work since you are a great leader and I really love you. Sometimes I feel that we are connected since long. Neha Divyani, this is your time to present your presentation after Ida. Ida, can you connect your presentation, please? And Mariana,
Thank you.
You have been so great. Mariana is a biologist. She is a neuro neuroscientist. I heard that. Mariana, is it so? You are very active in your work.
I have problems with my connection.
But I can see you. You can reconnect again. You can restart your
Okay.
phone and press
Thank
the
you.
link again. I can see you, Mariana, and hear you clearly.
Okay, Munira, can you see my screen?
Not yet. I'm expecting your screen. Can you?
Oh, I'm trying to work on
share
it.
this?
Let me. Sorry for this.
No problem. Ida, you can share your screen, please.
Yeah, let me.
Yeah,
I
you
think
can try. Can I
let me.
have the opinion from, by this time, can I connect Savir Saver? That how your work can really add value to women's rights and children's rights. After that, I can connect Rania. For the question number 2, I will go to connect Rania. Then now I want to hear Savir Saber. Can you unmute, dear sister? Unmute your microphone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to go back to our colleague from India who questioned about the estrangement that women are suffering, or they have been suffering, or they really, this is from the past. Okay, it's centuries ago. So here I want, yes, apart from my presentation, I want to go to the roots of this, really, this discrimination, gender discrimination, which is based on education. And I think that women are themselves, they are victim of their own character, because they, of course, I'm telling in general, I'm talking in general. It's not, of course, I'm not specifying here, but just to tell you that women also, they how to say, they really, they want to, how to say, they deepen this discrimination from the childhood of their kids, and especially girls. Okay, and of course I'm talking about, for example, when we talk about colors, like pink color is related to, or is symbolizing something tender, soft, so it is for girls. And the blue color is for men. You see, it's also about even the dolls I'm talking about. You see, it is education here. I'm talking about parents, and especially women, because the woman is, they say, she is responsible for raising the kids. So here, when a woman is self-confident and she knows her rights, she cannot do that. But the fact that she misses knowledge, this she can never be empowered. So knowledge is power. When women, they know their rights and how they can really overcome all obstacles of manhood. I'm talking about society globally. This is global, really, because I am in Canada and the problem is the same. Okay, so here I think that really, from education, as a lecturer, as a teacher, I am trying to make my students really be aware, okay, about equality. So there is no difference. Of course, there is biological difference, but I'm talking about a whole mindset. So this mindset, the parents are responsible, and the teachers also are responsible too, and they are really very important in the life of the pupil students. So here they also contribute to women's empowerment and leadership. Okay, so as a Tunisian woman, I can say, of course, I'm going to talk a little bit about Tunisian experience about women emancipation. So okay, after the independence in 1956, the first president of Tunisia, Habib Bourguiba, he introduced a code of personal status which empowers, which has empowered women role in society. And just an example to give you, to highlight this point of how, of course, when I talk about this code, it is about to be equal, for example, in heritage, okay, and to be, for example, he prevents polygamy. He also, when we talk about her right, okay, he introduced her right to ask for divorce, okay. So from that time till now, so we can say that women in Tunisia, they really, we can say they are really powerful now. But the problem is still there because all the time there is, when we talk of, for example, about sexual abuse, all the time women, they have this fear and this scare of to talk and to express. They feel all the time guilty. Why? They are not guilty. In fact, they are not the aggressor. They are the aggressed people. So here, so they should really stop this sense of guilt, okay, and to share with others their experience and to really to make it an I would say public opinion. It's not when we talk about sexual abuse, it's not something easy to live with, okay, all your life. So this is why really this matter, even here in Canada, is the same. So here, of course, it's not when we talk about the support, of course, here there is the power of law also, and they have shelters, okay. So but for example, in Tunisia, we have, of course, feminist movements to sensibilize women and to encourage them to talk and to express themselves. Stop being silent. Really, stop being silent. Why? This is not, when we talk about sexual abuse, this really, it doesn't mean, I'm sorry to tell you, but it's not about only rape. It is a sexual assault in at work also. So everywhere. So this is the problem. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
Sahir Saber,
So,
please carry on.
yes. So I said here, so the fact that man all the time conceives woman as a body, this conception should be stopped, really, because this is a mindset of the primitive era. And now we are talking about modernism. We are talking about many, of course, when we talk about modernism, this doesn't mean, excuse me, this doesn't mean only technological revolution. Also, it should be revolution at the level of the mindset. I mean, how we think, how we can really empower women from themselves. So the empowerment, it starts from ourselves. This is the point. So we don't want to be estranged, like my colleague from India, she said, from your home to your husband's home. So this is not identity. You lack identity. So here, it means that that woman is lost. She cannot find herself. She is dependent. She depends on others. So how can she raise children? Okay. So this is my viewpoint about.
Okay. Thanks,
what
Sohit Sabir from Canada. Can I request Idda from Kenya to please present your presentation that you have connected here? Idda from Kenya.
All right, Munira, thank you. I hope my PowerPoint is visible from your end now. Is it?
Yes, we see.
Yeah, it's visible. Idda,
All
very
right.
clear.
Wow.
Greenery.
Thank you.
Greenery, Kenya.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Munira.
Yes.
And good evening to everyone watching us from the globe. So for me, I thought of taking this theme on functional literacies as a strategy towards a transformed society. The reason why I picked on this theme is that at the moment, or let me say that when we talk about oppression to women and children, it has been voiced by so many people globally. Every day we talk about women being abused, children's rights being violated, and so much is said. But again, I thought about it. What happens to these women and to these children who are oppressed? How many of these women and their children have the voice even to say that I have been violated, my rights are being violated? So I thought about this theme on functional literacies. How can we empower these girls? How can we empower these women so that they can have that voice, so that they can have that courage to also raise a voice and fight for themselves? So I was looking at the area, or particularly, let me talk generally about my country, and especially the rural areas, where not so many women who are now mothers have a level of some literacy. And when you look at women from the rural areas who do not have some level of literacy, they are in that state of, I am not able even to voice the problems that I am facing, the oppression that I am facing. Because as we all know, some kind of literacy gives someone empowerment. You can be able to raise a voice. So I thought of adult education as one strategy in which that in a way can transform a society. That if this woman in that rural area, if they are given some source of education, maybe in one way or another, it can transform them, it can transform their lives. So
Idda,
moving on.
Can you please change your slide? Yeah, now it is fine. Thank
Yes.
you, Idda. Thank
fine,
you.
Fine. So I started by looking at the definition of functional literacies. And UNESCO defined functional literacies as the capacity of a person to engage in activities which literacy is required for effective function of his or her group and community. And also, functional literacies can enable that person to continue reading, to continue writing, to continue with his or her calculations in terms of arithmetic, so that they can develop their community. So in this point, we can say that the functional literacies will not benefit the individual, but it will go by extension by even benefiting the community at large. So we can continue by saying that functional adult literacy is particularly important in developing countries. for the developed countries, at least we can say that women from those areas have some level of literacies. Like for us, women leaders who have joined this forum today, in a way, we can be able to raise our voices and fight for ourselves in case our rights are being violated. We cannot be the same as those women in the village who have not, who have no level of some literacies. And if we ask ourselves, look at that woman in the village who does not have the level of literacy. What happens to the family? Now that we know that women are the pillars of that family, look at a family where a woman has maybe 4 girls or 5 girls, and the woman who is the mother is not empowered. What happens to that family? And now, if we have a group of families with the same problem, what will happen in that society? So for me, I felt like there is need to cater for the needs of those women who are in families, though they never got the opportunity to gain education in their early years. But we cannot just say, fold our hands and say, now we are just going to be talking to these women, try to empower them, and sit down and do nothing. The best gift that we can give to these women is equipping them with some level of literacies, which can be done through maybe voluntary organizations. Like for us here, we are about 8 of us in this forum. Can we take maybe an initiative of even reaching out, however informal our educative forums will be with those women, but can we do something with these women so that we can develop their literacy level? So I looked at some studies that were done, one in Ethiopia, and I compared it to Kenya because I really wanted to know, is the problem of women oppression and children oppression just in Kenya? And what are specialists saying, what are researchers saying about such things? And I wanted to see whether there are some functional literacies that are carried out in those countries. And so I found a study that was, a research that was carried out in Ethiopia, and they were testing. They had started a program which was called Integrated Women's Empowerment Program. And from their findings, they said that women in this community, they were equipped with skills. One, they were equipped with knowledge, literacy of reading and writing. Secondly, they were equipped with economic empowerment. And so with that, they were now empowered on their rights. And at the end of the study, the findings were showing that there was a level of improvement on how women were reacting or how they were addressing the problems or the challenges that they were facing in their homes and in the society. Similarly, there was a study that was carried out in Kenya by Oluoch. For him, he wanted to test. Now, yes, the functional adult literacy programs are being carried out in Kenya, but what exactly is being taught? What is the kind of assessment that is going on in this area where these programs are being run? He concluded by saying that what was happening, the women, yes, were being taught some literacy level, they could write and they could read. But he went further and said, how I wish that these programs were, if these women in these programs were being equipped with economical skills so that they can now economically empower themselves, because even if they know how to read and write, what next? How will they sustain their families? So for him, he encouraged any organization or any person who was carrying out this program, that these women need, if it is an area, let us say it is a farming area, teach these women how to farm. If it is an area where people carry out businesses, they have cash crops, teach them business skills. And by that, it was evident that these women were going to a higher notch in the way they were addressing their issues, their children's issues. So, UNESCO has been on the lead of promoting functional adult literacy programs. Why are they doing this? Because they want to reduce gender disparities. But now, as women leaders, how can we now support these initiatives that have been initiated by UNESCO? What is our responsibility as a community? What is my responsibility as teacher Eda in the school that I'm teaching? And so when UNESCO started all these programs, their goal was to make sure that every citizen of every country attains some level of education. And that is why we are saying that even these people who missed out on those chances, they still have a chance. And it is us who are in leadership to propel those programs that can make these women gain those skills. So another benefit of these programs, if we run them in our communities, is that we shall be empowering our women on their human rights, on how to protect their children, on the benefits of even taking their children to school, on the importance of following up their children's progress in the schools. But when we do not empower these mothers at home, how then can they even go to a school and follow up about their children's education? When they cannot read, when they cannot write, they do not even have the confidence even to go and argue or to follow up on their children's issues. So there is need, there is a high need of each one of us to take the initiative and propel these programs in whatever small way that we can. What can we do in this functional adult literacy? We can train skills. We can train, we can give knowledge. We can teach entrepreneurship, where we shall be teaching them how to run businesses. We teach these women about savings. Let us teach them about borrowing loans. And I'm going to give an example of our country. We have some financial institutions which are there to support women with even as little as the money that you can imagine. So these financial institutions, what they do, they reach out to those women in the rural areas. They gather these women and they educate them on issues to do with finances. Then they give them some money. They lend them some money. Then as a group, the women will pool efforts. If it is a group of 10, they do something that we call table banking. They bring an amount of money together. Then that money is given to one person. That person goes, runs the business, then comes and pays. The next round, they give the money to another woman. And they go in turns until they complete the 10 people who are among the members of that group. So by the end of the time they complete giving rounds to all the women, each and every woman in that group has benefited. Now, what are the significance of having this? I've talked about the first one, that we empower the women to at least to understand about their rights. So we are there to redress this persistent gender disparity. We empower them by acquisition of literacy skills. If it is that table banking, now they are able to know this is $2, this is $3. If I put my $3 into a business, I will get $6. So at least they gain the business skills. The other one is that when we do the functional adult programs, literacy programs, we help these women to prioritize literacy, and this improves their livelihood. They can be able even to, if a mother can read, they can even get a newspaper or a book from wherever, and they can read at home. What happens if a child sees their mother reading a book at home? The child will also get interest of reading a book. So at the end of the day, what is happening when the parents are even taking a newspaper or a book to read at home? We enhance the emergent literacies. I have seen in my profession where children join school at 6 years old or 7 years old, and a child has no idea of even how a book is opened, has no idea of even flipping pages. Why does that happen? As a teacher, that tells me that this child has never been exposed to print media at home. So now, if we empower these adults in our villages, there will be, in one way or another, some print media getting in the home. Some, even if there is no print media, the mother can be encouraging the child, read hard, go to school. And this one now supports a family level. And now everybody will be moving in the right direction of acquiring education in the right way. And these children, when their mothers are empowered and they join school with some reading readiness or some schooling readiness, they will not be different from the children who come from able families. So it is upon us as women leaders to make sure that we are supporting these women who have low literacy skills. And by doing so, we shall be transforming lives. I have talked about the two countries. This is this slide was explaining that, so I may not talk about much about these points, but I want to talk about this one. That if we empower these women, all this empowerment that we are talking about literacies, because we have said literacy goes beyond reading and writing. We shall be teaching them about psychosocial support. We shall be teaching these women about mental health. We shall be teaching them about health issues, nutrition. What happens to a family of a woman who is empowered? The family becomes strong. So these programs will even promote family cohesion and, of course, the emergent issues that I have just talked about. So now, I thought of what are the strategies we can take in our contexts. We have a leader from Tunisia. We have one from Canada. I am from Kenya. We have some from India. The contexts we are in are quite different. So whatever strategy you will start in your country should be in a context that will fit your cultural values, maybe your religious values, and such like things. So we need to go back to the drawing board and see what can fit in my country, and we work towards that. So for me here in my country, what I can do personally as a teacher. Let me begin with myself before I go to others. For myself, I've been thinking, because I have seen cases where children and the parents, there is a big gap when we talk about literacy levels. So what I'm going to do as a teacher is, in my school setup, when I call for parents meeting, then I will be telling them about the importance of acquiring some literacy level. And since these programs maybe are not common, they are being done in Kenya, but they are not as popular. So I can begin that in my school with my parents, apart from telling them that there is importance of them gaining some literacy, why can't I take the mantle and maybe create some time for them on a weekend, maybe 1 hour. I call the parents, they come and I take them through some of these literacies that will help them and help their families. So when it comes maybe to now outside what I can do, I can connect these women, either my parents or the women in the community that I'm living, to join some non-governmental organizations that run those programs. Alternatively, I can initiate the non-governmental organizations or the community-based organizations to come and reach out to the women in our community. I can also be inviting some legal framework bodies. For example, in Kenya, we have one that we call FIDA, which is very vibrant in fighting for the rights of women. They protect women and children so much. So because they cannot maybe manage to go to every part of the country, then I would take the initiative, because for me, I can use my phone and write an email. I can call them to come over maybe for sessions or for women empowerment. The other thing that I can do as a person is to talk to religious organizations. In fact, in our country, to be sincere, it is a religious country, and almost 95% of Kenyans are attached to a religious denomination. They are either Muslims, they are either Christians. So the church for us in our country is a very, 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 very powerful institution that can enhance such programs. For example, the Catholic Church is well known in Kenya. It has a commission that we call Justice and Peace, whereby in case there are issues in a community, then the church comes in. If it is women's rights being violated, if it is maybe we have some clashes with people, they come in and they reconcile people. So we can also do that as a teacher leader, as a leader in the community. I can engage the church even to get to the interior places of our country. Then through different stakeholders, for example, the civil society and international communities. We have the UNESCO. Now we have this forum that we are in today of global women leaders. We have become a community. So in case I'm having a challenge, I can be able to call Munira. I can be able to call all the members that we have participated here, and we share, and you tell me, what can I do here? What can you do there? And we support one another so that we can make sure that women in our societies are empowered. Then what other mode can we use to promote functional adult literacy programs? We can use print, we can use audio, we can use social media, and we can use internet. Another thing I will say that we are lucky as Kenyans is that almost 90% of households have a radio. They might lack a TV, they might miss out on a smartphone or even a phone, but majority of our homes have radios. So we can use such medias to reach out to our parents. Then economic empowerment for self-sustenance. I talked of banking institutions in our country. Like there is one major one that started long time ago, and it has really transformed the lives of women in our country, which is Kenya Women Finance Trust. This is it started small by bringing. There's some
can
noise.
we go for the question round session? Is it fine?
Yes, yes. A bit.
Can I ask you a question, please, Ida?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Okay. So my question is number 2: has women rights got established in your country? If not, then why?
Munira, there is someone who has not muted. I can hear you, but there's someone else speaking.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, can you please reply on the question number 2?
Yes, yes. Munira, we have so many organizations that are fighting for women rights in our country. The only challenge that we have is that these people who are out there, it is only a few women who will report these cases because maybe they have the courage to do so. But majority are being oppressed and they are suffering in their homes, but they lack the voice.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Can I ask Miss Rania Lampo from Greece? Rania, are you here? Can you hear me? Rania?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, can you please
Yes,
answer
yes,
for
I
the
can hear
question
you.
number 2? Has women rights got established in Greece? And if not, then why?
I didn't hear you. Can you repeat, please?
Yeah, the question is 2, number 2 question, Rania. The same question, has women rights got established in Greece in your country? If not, then why it has not established yet? And how we can establish women's and children's right in Greece? And can make global impact, global awareness. Rania, as you are working very hard for this, can we work very strongly on this?
Mm-hmm. Well, in Greece, women's situation is on the right track, I think. We have many organizations that protect the women's rights. Women's also in the job market are very well represented. And also women entrepreneurship has risen the last years. However, we need some things to do even more, and we need to create a high-level corporate leadership on gender equality to ensure well-being, health, and safety of all workers, whether male or female. Promote education training. This is the most important of everything: training, education, and professional development for women. This is something that lacks here in Greece, obviously because of lack of funding. Governments can't fund a lot of, they can't invest a lot of money on training or professional development. And also very important that we should maintain, we have already some community initiatives. The role of women in community is very important. And we need also to encourage and promote and all type of practices that could reduce and diminish all kinds of violence against the women. This is the most important because, as I presented before, women here are suffering from gender-based violence. And the worst thing is that our society is silent, that women are afraid to talk. So nobody can break this code of silence. This is, I think, the worst problem. It's not about the work or employment, but it's about our gender-based violence problems.
Okay, thanks. Can I connect my sister from Canada, Sahit Saver, for her point of view? Sahit Saver from Canada, can you please tell us how about the situation in Canada? Is women's rights already established in Canada? If not, then why? And what is your point of view? How we can more strengthen this value of women and children's rights in Canada? Sahir Saber from Canada, Quebec.
Yes, ma'am. So when we talk about women empowerment in Canada, of course, here I think that all people they have this this idea that really women are, of course, it is the power of law here because there are legislations which protect women, and of course, when we talk about law, they are empowered and there is no problem at the judicial level. But when we talk about society now, so it is really upsetting, and especially with the pandemic, Okay, so the rise of domestic violence, it is really highlighted. And today I want to share with you sad news about women and children. So if I can share with you my screen.
Yes.
Yes. Just a minute.
Yes, please.
Yes.
And you know, Sahil, you will
Yes.
be so happy to hear that you can see the faces, Rania, Idda, Hayat from Tunisia.
Yes.
You're another sister. Hayat is from Tunisia. And they are so hardworking women. Karishma Moni from India. I cannot believe how these angels I have got met with them. I don't know really. And if they are existing, and if they are working, how women and children has got violence. I cannot really believe this scenario. Sahid.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They are
So
so powerful women.
Thank
Unbelievable.
you.
so really, it is not obvious that we are trying to highlight women's role in society. And here in Canada, though there are shelters to protect women, it's a space that they can express themselves, and they have the space to share with others their experiences and to calm down after trauma and all. But this doesn't mean that everything is perfect, because really here in Canada, and especially I said with coronavirus and the lockdown, really many problems raised, and really it is upsetting, especially when we talk about there are 8 women killed in Quebec in within 2 months. Okay, so this is really, of course, because here they said that Canada is calm. There is, of course, we can say that it is, when we say Canada is a symbol of justice, of peace and all, but here we can say that coronavirus and lockdown affects also Canadian society, and the domestic violence is highlighted within media. And really, once I was there with within a march to to talk about and to express our grief after the 8th women killed here in Quebec. It was in April. This march was organized in Montreal, and really it is upset. It is upsetting, and we feel that women are all the time oppressed in the how to say, in the Western countries or in the Eastern countries, so all over the world. So all the time, women are suffering from discrimination, and this is, we can say that really this is something that makes us think deep about the roots. And I talked before about really this lack of education. So it is our role as educators to really to sensibilize and make our students, our pupils, aware of equality between men and women. So I go back to my presentation. I'm going to share my screen. Okay.
Okay.
So yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
Who has connected presentation? Divyani?
I was connected, but I now stopped sharing because ma'am told that ma'am want to connect the presentation.
So Sahid, can
Yes.
you able yourself to connect your presentation?
Yes, and, in fact, I did it, but I think it doesn't work. So just a minute, please.
Okay, okay, sure, sure.
Okay,
No
thank
problem.
you.
Actually, those who wants to share their presentation, they are most welcome. And to let you all know, our great students, Divyani, Neha, Ashutosh, they have prepared their presentation. As future leader, they will present their great presentation to you. Now I am welcoming Sahid Savet's presentation. I'm waiting.
Okay, so I think that
expecting.
you can see my screen.
Yeah.
Okay, so just a minute, please.
Yeah. It has come. It has come.
Yes. So, okay. So we are going to talk about the case of women in Canada and their abuse. So really, it is something that we are trying to handle this issue. Okay. So here, I want to give a general view about domestic violence. So here, when we talk about domestic violence, we have physical, verbal, psychological, financial, sexual violence. So here we have, you are, okay, you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so here we have, of course, power and control from, we are talking about the aggressors. So here we have coercion and threats, intimidation, emotional abuse, minimizing and denying and blaming, isolation, loved ones, privilege, economic abuse. Okay, so then here I'm going to highlight about this really this matter which upsets us all here in Quebec. So the pandemic and the lockdown affected the families in Quebec and have increased domestic violence, especially against women. The number of deaths in recent weeks, according to Manon Monatis, Executive Director of the Quebec Federation of Women's Shelters, is alarming, given that the province typically records 12 femicides in 4 years. Before the protest, she stated, in Canada, a woman is killed every 2 days by her intimate partner or ex-partner. We're also facing with the pandemic, but it's only a shadow. This means that the pandemic is only an excuse, because this is not really the root of all of these problems and this really sad event. So then we move. So the organizations say lockdown measures enable violent spouses to strengthen the hold they have over their partners. The Legault government says it will invest, excuse me, but really here?
Yeah.
Just a minute, please, Mrs. Munira, because
no problem.
Yes.
We can see your presentation.
Yes, I know, but I think that I'm going to, just a second, please.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Okay, so yeah. I continue. So I continue here. The Legault government says it will invest $22.5 million over 5 years to finance shelters for victims of domestic violence. But several organizations say it's not enough. So it is not enough. This is not enough. We are not talking about only investment. Okay, so, and this is a picture, okay, taken within the demonstration, okay, in Montreal in April. Okay, then we move. Okay, I think that, okay, this is, okay, because I talked much about women's role and the problem. So here, then I'm going to move to another topic. I don't know if you...
Yeah, sure.
If you accept.
Please.
So I'm going to also to highlight the fact of the children's abuse also. Okay, here we had also another sad news, okay, which is about the discovery of 215 remains of indigenous people in British Columbia. So, which is a shocking, really shocking news here. And really, the 1st of July, they didn't celebrate Canada's Day because of this news. Okay, so this is the Kamloops Indian Residential School, in which they found the 215 remains. I'm talking about corpse of children. They were they were tortured, and they were found without graves. I mean, okay, so here, okay, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission of Canada heard Bob's testimony. I'm talking about one of the survivors. He talked about this torture, and of course, because really his words are, I would say it is really painful. This is why I didn't want to mention the quote of Bob. So, and the Truth and Reconciliation Commission concluded in 2015 that Canada committed cultural genocide, forcing more than 150,000 indigenous children to attend residential schools across the country between 1870s and 1990s. Advocates are calling for the government to take concrete steps to honor the 215 indigenous children whose remains were discovered at a residential school in British Columbia. And really, this is, they say it is a shameful chapter in Canadians' history. So the discovery has led to calls for action from Indigenous leaders, politicians, and residential school survivors alike, with many saying that similar searches should be conducted at the sites of other residential schools. So we are looking for how we can support Indigenous communities, their grief, and their request for answers. So Trudeau said during press conference. So this is what they have done, okay, after this is a commemoration, okay, and the honor of and the memory of these 215 children found engraved, okay. So that's all. Of course, here I'm going to just to comment about this event. So here, of course, it's not only now, because it is even from decades, indigenous people, leaders, I'm talking about really leaders here, and thinkers, they are trying to go deep in the history, and they call the government, I'm talking about the federal government, to see and to be accountable regarding all of what been done for indigenous people. And you see here, so the matter is not that we are in Canada, so this is really upsetting. And here we say, where is the human rights watch? And really, till now, they are suffering. These people, the First Nations, are still suffering from the inability to integrate within the Canadian society, modern Canadian society. And this is not obvious. We are trying. We can say that together with the First Nations leaders to really yes, to move on and to find efficient solutions to indigenous people. And really, they are calling also I'm talking about the native people in Canada. They are calling for much research about others. Maybe they said thousands and thousands of corpses they found, and they are still fetching for.
Is this the finishing presentation slide, Sahir?
Yes, yes. I was because I'm going to move to. I wrote a poem.
Okay.
About women. So.
Poem. Women. Super. Sahir, yes. Please share your poem.
Okay. Dearest to the heart, your mighty face heavenly painted, soft and gentle, you give a lot. Tenderly you heal wounds and cure. Wonderful you are in your boundless love. Saint giver, such zeal and devotion. Man plunges in your affection. Your smile touches the heart. Your eyes ruin boundaries. Happiness is your gift to the world. You tell wisdom whenever you utter. You think beyond and fly to the skies. Your steps are firm, your walk is charming. A beautiful word you draw when walking. Harmonious universe, your meditations grow. You are the temple for the lost and the orphan. Man is eager to read your silence. Your sublime silence saves the world from violence. You are the compass. Man needs your guidance. You give birth to the whole world and never complain. Ungrateful as it is, you wait for its maturity. You are eternal in your patience. The world needs you. You are the light brightening the gloomy face. The world backs you. You look in triumph in the face of evil. Power wonders how you stand firm when bleeding. Strong as always be, you dare to confront and never fall. Mighty endurance and holy calm are your awesome trait.
Thank you, Sahir. Wonderful. So I will request Neha and Divyani's presentation, but I would like to see one information. Can I share one thing, please, if you allow me?
Yes.
Okay. Ida is here, a Tunisian sister, Hayat. Hayat, can you please introduce yourself? Our sisters wants to know about you.
Just a minute, please.
There is some noise. What is that? Can you mute everyone just to introduce Hayat? Can we have your introduction?
Yes. Very nice to meet you, please. Okay. Hello, my name is Hayat Harkhlil. I'm from Tunisia. I'm a French teacher. I write poetry in different languages. I have two sons. To bring you to participate and give my opinion about women empowerment and children abuse, the situation of women, men, and children in Tunisia. Very nice. Thank you, for inviting me. Anyone? Are you please? I think there's a problem.
I'm getting some noise. Can I request all of you, please mute your microphone? Can I request all of you? Can I please just now start our question and round session that is left? Can I start, Idda? Can I ask you the question? Are you fine, Idda, to answer the question number 3? Idda, can you hear me?
I think there's a problem with connection.
Can I request all of you kindly mute your microphone, and the only person will speak and unmute herself, just the speaker. Can you hear me, Idda? Are you fine?
Hello, Munira.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Ida, I have a question number 3 for you. That
Okay.
how women can be empowered and who can help us?
Thank you, Munira, for that question. Yeah? I think it is the responsibility of each one of us, irrespective of your gender or sex, to fight or to support women in the war against oppression. Right from the family up to the government institutions. So no one has an excuse of not supporting a woman towards the achievement or towards their well-being. Thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot. Divyani, I can see your presentation. Can you please connect and present, please?
Yes, good evening to all of you. Today I am Divyani Arjun Singh from India. I am here to present a presentation. As you can see this. So this presentation is made to spread awareness. It is not meant to show any country down or to comment on any other country. It is based on the facts shown by www.google.com. It is not issued or anything written by me. If anything is wrong, then a big sorry from my side. So as we know, that is what is the situation going on in all countries, not only in India. So shall I start?
Yeah, please.
So, as you know, my name is Divyani Arjun Singh, and today the topic is women's and children's right, equality, peace, freedom, justice, and their protection. The reference information I have taken from is www.google.com. The purpose for this presentation is to spread global awareness program, and I have researched on the 20 countries. What you can see there 20 countries, and I repeat that my motto is not to show any country down or to comment on any country. Only my motto is to spread awareness among the people. What is the situation in all the countries? Only for that issue I have mentioned the countries and the informations. So the first country is Mexico. So the survey showed that 28% of children aged 6 to 9, 9% of children aged 10 to 13, and and 10% of youth aged 14 to 17 reports being treated voluntary at home. So we can see that Mexico, UK, America are so big countries as they are developed countries. So, but also there also the percentage of the, we can see the percentage of the violence is 28% to the in the children's. So, so what will be the, how we can get rid of this if the countries like Mexico? Yes, I can understand that every country, if there is a development, there is also some issues are there. But what to do? What is the? How can we find the solution for that issue? We have to work on that. You can see my PPT.
Yeah, we can see.
So another country is Greece. There are no national statistics on child abuse in Greece, mainly because the authorities are not obligated to report cases. So you can see that if the information showed that in Greece, mainly the cases have been not reported, but also what is shown is that 60% of Greek parents influence the punishment or their children. So the main thing, the children are born at a home by a mother womb. So the children are treated, if the children mentality power is a very weak at a home itself, if the children is not motivating them, then the children can't grow up in the world, we can see, because the world is not too good for especially the girls, because every step we are getting some comments, some harassment, some people, every people is not seeing us with a good eyes. Many people are seeing with a bad eyes. So, you know, if the parents itself will make us to learn what is, make us to make up our mind that we are strong in ourselves, we are empowered in ourselves, then only we can fight with the world. But here what we can see that the 60% of the parents are punishing their children. So due to this itself, what we are getting that the children's mind setup is so weak in the childhood itself. And when they will be big, then how they can fight the world? So we have to look into this matter very seriously. Another country is Canada. So here I have got the information that in Canada, the category of maltreatment is according to the percentage wise. So sexual abuse is 3%, negligent cases are 21%, emotional maltreatment is 12%, and a parental violence is 17,051 cases are there. So we can see if the Canada is the very big country and it is very famous for this, we can say that education. I have one question, ma'am, you from Canada. So I want to ask that if Canada is so educated country, Canada is famous for education, then why Canada is suffering from 12% of emotional maltreatment or sexual abuse, that is 3%, or negligent cases? Why? Can you please answer?
Divyani, Mariana is here. Can you ask Mariana's Mexico related question? Mariana is very
not
much
an issue.
hoping
I
to
will.
answer.
I'm here.
Okay, just a second.
Could you please share your slide again, please? Okay, thank you. Okay, yes, Mexico had so many problems in the children because they had many violence, and the Mexican women, the Mexican young women had a lot of problem because they are pregnant when she has 10 years, 11 years, 12 years. Oh, I need to change the presentation. Let me see if I can.
Okay, sure. Okay. Divyani, can you ask your question regarding Mexico?
Could you?
Yeah, I want.
Can
to
you
ask,
see?
Which one, ma'am? I am not able to see. Just a second.
Yes. We can see.
Can you see?
Yeah, we can see.
Okay. Well. Okay. Thank you. Well, can you see the person in the women Mexico before the age of 15 years have to
far near to 5% of the population of this age in my country. It's very complicated because we have a lot of problems about the early and forced marriage and the female genital mutilation too. So we need to pay attention in this goal of the gender equality because my country have these problems. For example, if you can see in this slide, also we had a lot of problems with the violence in the north state of my country. The COVID had a lot of problem because enhanced and exacerbate the violence in my country because the domestic violence is very increased, and also had the problems, the women have problems emotional, and the healthy is very difficult in some places in my country. For example, where is very poor, poverty, we need to work very hard because also we had, for example, problems with the emotional, the sexual violence, the physical violence. So we need to work very hard.
Okay. Divyani, please carry on.
Okay, just a second. You can see.
Yeah, you see, Sahir Saber is here. You can ask the question for Canada.
Okay, thank you. I want to ask Sahir, I'm sorry, I don't know, I don't know about, but I want to ask the question of a Canada, that Canada is so educated country. We can see that Canada is best known for education. So if Canada is so developed country, educated country, then why there is a 3% of sexual abusement, 21% of neglect cases, then 12% of emotional maltreatment, and 45% is parental violence? Why? Can you please answer my question, please?
Sahir Saber, your microphone is muted. Sahir, can you please unmute?
Okay. Yes, you hear me?
Yeah. Sahir, the question is for Canada. Yeah.
Yes, I heard her. Okay, so here, of course, it is not, when we talk about Canada, it is not paradise. Okay, and yes,
I thought Canada is paradise.
It's not paradise, really. It's not a perfect society, no. But just to tell you that when we talk about, of course, children here are empowered by law. Of course, this is known all over the world. But when we talk about, yes, you want to say something, Munira?
Hayat, can you please adjust your camera? We can see different view. Hayat.
Okay.
We want to see your face, Hayat. Yeah.
Okay.
Sahir, please carry on
Okay.
with the Canada paradise view.
Yes. Okay. Paradise lost. Okay. So when we talk about Canada, so here I said that there is the power of law, and there are organizations which are there to work day and night to protect women and children. And you saw with me in the presentation about these sad news, okay, which happened just recently, okay. So you see, so it's not a matter of law. Of course, it is a well-developed, or it's a developed country, or the most developed country, but this development is at the level of technology, not at the social level. How? When we talk about society here, it is multicultural. Okay, so of course, when we talk about judicial, at the judicial level or the legislative level, everything is fine. Yes, but when we talk about society here, the matter is that, of course, you know that this, yes, this country is. There is no relation, how to say it, there is no connection, real connection with religion, for example, or so this is why people here, they don't follow principles. They don't have really, they are not family oriented. Okay, this is the point. So this is why we can see that even within women's oppression or children oppression, so here the fact is that children within domestic violence, of course, they cannot manage. They are affected. They are also affected morally. Okay, this is one of the factors. Okay, of the maltreatment when the parents they don't get on well together, so they are violent with their children. Okay, so here we cannot law here cannot control each house or each home. Okay, so this is obvious that when there is domestic violence, of course, it affects automatically the kids. Okay, this is about moral, about maltreatment, and emotional. I'm talking about the emotional. Also, we can say that. Okay, I'm following the
Presentation slide.
Yes, I'm following the slides here. So, yes, I talked before about the sexual abuse. So here I said that there is power of law also. So women are, we can say, at the first range here in Canada, talking about law. So she is privileged. But the fact that of course, the government cannot control each home or each relationship. So here it is a matter of fact. I told you that it is about our about the educational level. Okay, how much women are educated, how much they are aware. Okay, so to defend themselves and to express themselves and to protect themselves as well, because here really it is a matter of fact that people when we talk about sexual abuse, I'm talking about women and children also. So here sexual abuse, you cannot with social media now, you cannot prevent. Of course there are rules that prevent or they do accountability to see which internet. I'm talking about the games within internet to be prevented that children they cannot be exposed to. Okay, to protect them from sexual abuse. But this is cannot be done quickly. You see, it's a matter of hard work. So it is a hard work, and of course here we talk about parents and their care for their children. Okay, because we can say that here most of the time relationships are not good. Okay, so this is why we can say that children are neglected or they are with a host family. Okay, so of course here I'm not a researcher. I cannot give you a really a scientific data, but really it is a we can say when we go deep it is more delicate. Okay, it is more delicate because when we talk about sexual abuse or emotional maltreatment, when we talk about women and children, both of them are suffering, because also, you know, with the internet it becomes worse because we cannot control internet. We cannot control our communications, and even the children, they are there they are exposed to internet to get information for their studies. So parents, they are trying they are doing their best to care and to monitor, if we can say, because when we say control, this is negative. it has negative meaning. So to monitor the how their children they are learning online, and of course I'm talking about within lockdown from last year 2020 and 2021. So these 2 years the pupils and students, they were learning online. Okay, so here of course they are exposed to many things. We cannot control everything. This is the point. And of course as I said, it is not we are not perfect. Okay, we try, we are trying, we are doing our best.
Thank you.
I hope that I answered your question.
Thanks a lot.
Yes,
Sahil.
ma'am, I
Thanks a lot.
totally agree with all the teachers or all the person who is here, because all mindset of all their point of views are different. All person point of views are different, and they think in the different way. So I really totally agree with the answers. But ma'am, one more question is that if a girl means mainly the girl is the victim of rape cases or sexual abuse or whatever is the cases happening, then why the question are mainly arising to the girls? Why not to the boys? Because we can see if there is a abuse, then the first question the anyone asks is what the clothes she was wearing, to whom she went, then how much o'clock she came home. So why only to these all things happening to the girls? Why not to the boys?
No, it's not only, excuse me, it is not only happening to women or children. Even men here are oppressed also. Yes, it is a matter of fact. This is reality. No, it is not.
But
only.
Mostly it's happening with the girls or women's itself.
Could you please repeat your question?
Yes, that mostly this we can see that this asking questions that what she was wearing or where. Yes, I agree that it is happening to the boys also, but the more cases are why happening with the girls itself.
Of course, here I told you it is okay. I think that you know all of you that it is a melting pot. We are not talking only of Canadian. I'm talking about.
Right. It
yes.
is global.
So
view,
here
global
there are
view.
different cultures. Yes, there are different cultures, and we know that there are, of course, here from the west, from the east. So really, we cannot. I'm telling you that here the fact that women or girls are oppressed also it has a relation with also they are here women the girls when they are teenagers they we can say they have their freedom. Okay, so this is why they can have relationships with boys, and of course here they and you know with an age, so parents they don't have the right to of course they have the right to guide their children, but not really to how to say, not like in the eastern countries we can, for example yes, we can be obliged, for example, to not to say to beat them, but really to have serious. It is because it is something serious. But here, no one has the right to touch the child. Okay, from his birth. Okay, so here within age, the children they become rebellious and they don't listen to their parents. Okay, so within time. The parents they give up, and of course teenagers they assume their responsibility for everything that happens to them. Okay, so here we cannot, when we because you talked about girls, of course they I'm sorry to tell you, but of course you know they if you know they can consume alcohol, they can I told you they have relations. Okay, so this is reality here. So we cannot avoid any incident or accident about rape. Okay, and really it is deeper than that, and it is worse. It is worse than that.
Okay. Divani, can you continue?
Yes, please. Another country is Kenya. So violence in childhood is all too common in Kenya. But the percentage there is a 50% we can see. In 100%, 50% of the children are the victim of a violence or domestic violence, or we can say sexual violence. What is there? So not a yes, the Kenya is also a developed country, but also there the as much the country are developed, as much the crimes are also developed there also. So we can see. And another country I can present is Armenian. So this is the record of 2015 and 16. So there was a demographic and a health survey conducted in 7,893 Armenian household shows that about 65% of children in survey family experience psychological aggressors, while 38% experience. So this is the percentage of Armenians. So we can see how much the country are developed there, that much the crimes are also developed there. So you know that crimes we are talking here, we are globally, because we want to spread awareness, but it is not only that spreading awareness is only the fact of that situation. We have to find another solution of that also, because everyone need that, they want a freedom, their family should be safe, but they don't see that other family are safe or not. When mainly we can see the cases which are arising because the men's or women's, we can say, why the children cases are arising because their family are harassing them, or might be some punishment also. But here we can see the cases are developing day by days. It is not decreasing. Another country is Turkey. There is children sexual abuse is one of Turkey most important medico-social problem, and affects 11% to 37% of children under the age of 18 years. So yes, I really totally agree with ma'am that under that age of 18 years, the girls or the boys or the person, the mind setup is not mature as much the big women's or the man's mind setup is mature. So might be due to this also the cases might be arising. But the thing is, we are in a school, so that the teachers are the main source who can make awareness, who can guide the students, so they might be aware about the situation and they can avoid the victims to be the victims. Another country is India. Yes, I am living in India, so I know what is the situation of India here, because 69% physically abused.
Divyani, can you ask question on this
Yes.
slide to Karishma Moni?
Yes, I am coming on that point only. So we can see that 69% is physically abused, 54% is, well, boys, over 50% children were being subjected to one of the other form of physical abuse. So Karishma ma'am, as you are living in India, so we know what is the condition of India. So total we can see 88.6% by parents they are abused. So as you told that girls don't have their own homes because they are told that you are going to be married and you are going to be shifted to someone else's home. So what we can do, so we have because as you are empowering yourself as a Monira and all the person who is here, who are speaking for the rights of the women, they are empowered in themselves. So how the all the women can get their rights for themselves, they can stand for themselves.
Karishma Moni, your microphone is muted. Yeah, Karishma.
Yes.
Dr. Karishma Moni.
Divyani, from the childhood itself, no, we cannot stop injustice unless and until we want to stop it. We have to say no to injustice first to ourselves, then to other women. It's because,
Yes.
due to the lack of awareness in schooling, in education, in the patriarchal family, in the society, that every time they had suppressed the women's, and due to this is the result that women are still feeling weak. They are so much empowered that they can even give a birth to a life. We imagine the men cannot do such thing. Okay, similarly, I agree with the colleague from Canada when you raised the question that yes, men's are also sometimes got suppressed, but majority we can see the dominance is going on in the women. That is because in India the gender discrimination, the suppression, the patriarchal society, the society, the education is not teaching the rights of the woman. If the woman wear short clothes, then the parents will tell or the society will tell her to stop wearing short clothes. They won't tell the men that stop looking at them like this, like a very bad eyes. You stop looking them with your lustful eyes, but they will tell a woman. And this is the thing, we are being tolerating injustice, and this is the result. We have been been at such places where we have tolerated such exploitations, harassment and all, because of our patriarchal society thinking, because of education, because of the society, because of our friend circle. Each and every thing is being influenced here. So I think if there has been a change in the patriarchal mindset in the education system, then these things can be much more improved. It's not as an individual, when you are a small child, like you have lots of questions in mind when you are coming into this conference, but it's from the childhood. The girl has to be taught so to do so much of empowerment, or should be taught how to be empowered, should learn martial arts, should be taught to be strong in each and every manners of life, should be taught that if a boy looks at you, you can simply slap him or you can simply abuse him. But what they are taught to ignore such kind of a man. So that is our
Yes.
condition, and the condition can be improved due to education and due to patriarchal thinking. It's not just we can fight alone and you improve the condition. Yes, we can fight a little bit as much as we can, but totally the role is played by patriarchal system as well as educational too.
Yes. So, ma'am, I want to ask that in one side that our financial minister is Nirmala Sitharaman. Then today we have a news that women of India went to a space center. So one side the women are developing so much, and one side the cases are increasing so much of abusement, rape cases. What? How can we can get? Yes, we
This is like, the Nirmala Sitharaman or the women who are, getting a position is all a political factor. They have to show that we are promoting the rights, we are giving equal rights to the women and everything. These all are, I feel, it's politics. But majority, the conditions of the women are worst. It is, believable. But yes, this is also true that women are in this situation, they are getting up. Like if you see, Divyani, nowadays there are lots of divorce cases in India because women are not compromising with their self-respect or the ego things, or whatever things which are obstructing their freedom, right? But in the earlier times, you see, our forefathers, our grandma, nani ma, or mothers, or have tolerated so much of injustice in the patriarchal society and this male dominant country. So now the condition has been much more improved, but yes, still it can be improved. These rape cases, sexual harassment and all these, like a colleague showed a presentation on Me Too. The woman raised her voice, like a woman like Monira raised her voice, the woman like me raised her voice. So there are few women who are setting examples to the world, and with their examples, if one other women also try to support instead of commenting, then I think we can make a great change in the society.
True.
Yes,
I'm totally
ma'am.
agreed with Karishma Moni. And there is
Yes.
Mariana.
Yes,
Mariana,
ma'am.
I want to know, Mariana, in your country, women are protesting, as Karishma Moni has mentioned here. Mariana from Mexico. Mariana, your microphone is off.
I'm here. Could you please repeat? Sorry, I can't hear you well.
Mariana, as Dr. Karishma Moni has said that women should protest. So is your country, Mexico, and I want to know also from Sahir Saber from Canada, is your country's women also protesting when it is in need? They are protesting or accepting the violence? What women are doing in your country, Mariana?
Okay, now here in Mexico, women try to establish some rights because we have problems about the disabilities, about the principal skills, for example, the employment, for example, the education. So in Mexico, try to introduce or include some support that could be to access an equal justice and equal protection for all, for the women, for the men. Try to give the equal opportunities for this person. So Mexico have many problems about the promoves this message. Well, in Mexico, try to promote the message: you are not alone. You try to give effort to compare the different experience in different women and try to decrease and reduce the violence. And please try to help other women in Mexico. For example, in science, I'm teacher too. So in science, all the teachers try to introduce the children, to introduce the girls to the study different areas in areas STEM. So, for example, in different places, in my country, for example, in other states, it's very complicated because the children doesn't study or only had the elementary school. So when he or when she tried to obtain one employment, they can, because they don't have the education, they don't have the abilities, they don't have anything to try to obtain more opportunities. So we had a lot of work in this topic.
Okay. Sahir, can you please explain what women are doing? They are accepting violence or they are protesting in Canada? Can you please unmute your microphone, Sahir? From Canada, we want to know what is the women's activity.
Just a minute, please, because I want to ask Mrs. Mariana about, yes, she said that women are prevented from employment. How? Is it, there is no legislation that enable her to work or to, I don't know, to have more, maybe to go deep in studies, to go further, I mean?
Mariana, your microphone is off.
Yeah. Sorry, explanation. Sorry, I can hear very well.
Oh, Sahir, what was your question? Mariana wants to know that. Mariana, so far I understood, Sahir wants to know that is employment opportunity there for women?
Well, the opportunity is very difficult because okay, in Mexico the salary is the lowest of the OECD countries. For example, in Mexico had a lot of problems in the opportunities to salary. Let me try to share my okay. Let me just give me a second. For example, in Mexico, okay. Can you see the presentation?
Yeah, we can see.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, can you see Mexico had a lot of problems with the salary? For example, we had the lowest salary compared with the other countries or the OECD countries. This is very complicated because in Mexico. The 44% of the Mexican women are the part of the workforces. So they these girls, the women, the Mexican women doesn't have I can see the salary, a benefit salary, they don't have, for example, the gainful employment suffer for the high levels. Many girls, many women in Mexico try to work in another places of my country or in other countries. For example, they need to migrate. We had a lot of migrants because there are no opportunities in my country. One of the
can you see
yes.
the slides out here?
Yes, can you see?
Yeah, we can see.
Yes,
And
yes, we can
Mariana,
see.
please go for your explanation, and Sahir can ask you question after your explanation.
Okay, I can hear you well.
I can see your presentation, Mariana.
Okay.
I can.
We can see.
Okay.
Yes, we are following.
Yeah. Sahir, have you seen that 104 countries prevented women in job? Have you seen the data?
I think that I didn't see about Mexico.
Yeah, can you see?
Yeah.
Now yes. This is the slide I need to see. Okay.
This?
Yes.
Can you see? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. For example, in this slide, we can see the almost 60% of the women who do work in formal jobs. Mexico had informal jobs. They don't have the social protection. They don't have the security protection, and also doesn't have the healthy protection. So we need to change this process in my country because also we had other problems because many girls want to change the constitution by the abort because we had a lot of women's pregnant doesn't want to be pregnant, and we need to change these laws in our constitution.
You mean excuse me, you mean that abortion is forbidden?
No.
In culture, I mean, in culture, I'm not talking about the law.
In culture, no, in my culture doesn't is back to do the abort.
Okay. Because my question was about law. Just because I heard that you talked about when women the girls they study, after finishing their studies they are prevented to work. Is it this is legal? I mean, they pass they miss or they lack a legislation which enable them to work or not. This is my question. Okay.
No, they don't have a law.
Okay.
They don't have a law.
So
Sorry, Mom.
you mean that there is lack of legislation an advantage? I mean, for the benefit of women. This is my question.
For example, in Mexico, tried to obtain some support of other countries, principally European Union, tried to help these women. For example, because there are very desiguality in my country. Mexico is a country beautiful, but but with say the Canadian teacher, no is the Odyssey.
Okay.
Yes, fine.
How is Kiri?
The last slide is left, so can I present that one?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, just a second. So, my next question is with you, Di, that Bangladesh, you are living in a Bangladesh, so as I want to know that what is the condition there? The same condition is there, or something is means different from the other country, that women are empowered or they are getting a job, as you have experienced that women are mainly forced in the office, that women are not getting that much opportunity that much men are getting. So this is the same condition is there, or something is different from the other country?
Okay. So I'm very much feeling pain, Divyani, because before some days, before one of our conference, international conference, one of my sister has shared some slides that is 78% children are being abused and faced violence in Bangladesh. You cannot believe, you understand, Divyani, 78% means the whole. Sahir, I was feeling so much pain in my heart that I couldn't really attend that conference properly. I was feeling pain, such sort of pain that my conference and my discussion was being hampered. And for that pain, and I'm really thankful my that sister, she's now in Bangladesh and she's also an educator, and she was also one of our international delegate, international speaker, Divyani, if you can remember, her name is Ms. Shahwar Islam. So she has highlighted some great points regarding this children's abuse. So here we have joined for her discussion Karishma Moni from India. She is also here. She is my sister. And for the scenario in Bangladesh, we are such disadvantaged populated city, Karishma, Sauhir. I want to tell you that now we are here for change. We have joined this conference not only just to talk, not just to share our slides, but international movement, international conference. Mariana Marquez has joined. She is a leader from Mexico. As you know, she is so well educated. And we have gathered our international leaders on this platform so that we can drive the change. Mariana, Divyani just asked me what is the scenario in Bangladesh in terms of children, in terms of violence against children and women. The scenario is very bad. 78% children are being abused in a school by their teacher and in home even. We are not ever safe in a home, in a school, in our offices, in even the transport, public transport. Everywhere children and women are abused. So we are here to gather globally so that we can do something. Our voice just to raise against this sort of abusement, to stop and to draw the end of this. We are not raising our voice, but we are awering our international community. We are spreading and creating massive awareness globally. Mariana, you are from Mexico. Sahir, you are from Canada. And Dr. Moni, Karishma Moni from India. And we had guests also from Kenya, Miss Idda, and Greece leader Miss Rania was there, and another lady, she was her name was Shauli Mukherjee. She was from India. This is not the just one conference we are conducting here today. This is the show that will happening again and again until we stop this violence. And Mariana, I was feeling so hard in my heart that Mariana, you know, America and India, Sahir, you will be amazed to hear that America, even number 10 city, number 10 country in this world, that is not safest country anymore. India is the number one dangerous country for women and children. So what is the scenario? Can you believe it? America, that a country so developed, not safest country. So how we can live our life, how we can raise our voice, and how we can show our guidance to the next generation, our children, if they are getting abused by their teacher, if they are getting abused in public transport. And India, I am really very sorry, Divyani, you are from India. I have seen the United Nations report that India is the number one dangerous country in the world. Can you believe it? And United Nations, United Women, they are creating awareness globally that it should be stopped, just stopped here, not anymore. So my dearest leaders from Canada, from Mexico, from India, I want to tell you that every day, every single day, until we leave from this world, we should raise our voice, we should guide the path. Mariana,
Yes.
you are very aware. Sahir and Karishma, you are a global leader. You are a global icon, I know. So I need your assistance. Sahir and Mariana, you need to come forward to stop this. Divyani, you, the future leader, you have to take the lead also. You have to show the path. And I know you are the power girl of India. You should
Yes.
take some action. You should not just share this slide, but you know, Mariana, Sahir and Karishma, Divyani, I want to tell you, this session, every conferences is spreading to, you know, the reaching to the highest level. We are spreading our awareness to the different countries. We are connecting other countries also. Even on the 15th, there is conference. I am welcoming you all. Please raise your voice, raise your awareness campaign so that this kind of criminals, those who are violating, those who are abusing our women and children, they get off. Corruption from Bangladesh, India, Mexico, Canada, America should be stopped. Now, today should be the last day. And the criminals should get the message very strongly that they are no more ever, or they have no power. They have no more power and they should be stopped. Corrupted countries should be marked, highlighted with red line. And the corrupted government, I want to let you all know, Mariana, Sahir and Dr. Moni, please raise your voice against the corrupted criminals or those who are sitting in the government position, those police. I condemn them. I condemn them openly, and on this international platform, we want to show them that we women, the spelling of women is WEMEN. That means we more than man. We are not just the women, okay? And she has very much of he. The spelling of she has the consistent of he. So we are not less powerful. Do not treat ourselves as weak, voice as weaker. Never ever. We are not weak. We can give birth of man. Understand our international leaders. So be very much aware. Sahir, Mariana, Dr. Moni, Divyani, we need all your assistance. Can I get a message from Mariana and Sahir and Divyani and Dr. Moni? We want ethical country, that's all. We want safest place for women. We want safest place for our children. You know, one day we have to die. We have to go from this world. But our children and the next generation should be empowered like a leader. We women are the leader. Mother, we have to raise extreme amount of what should I say, that honor and salute and respect to our mother, that they have endured a lot of pain. One mother, every mother has given their life to give birth of our each children, you know. Mariana, Dr. Moni and Sahir, you know, as a mother, our mother has played the greatest role in their life. And we have come from their life. They have accepted lot of violence. They have given, they have sacrificed a lot. And our salute to our mother, our motherland. And this is a global voice, not a timid voice. Criminals should be stopped, just like today's conference. We have raised voice, and our motto is to get ethical world and safest place. That's why, like the screen, as you can see, stop rape. Why still? Whose slide is this, Divyani?
Didi, it's my slide that still why it is in this situation we are in a 21st century, but the cases are why same. We are born from the mother. Yes, you told right that every mother is a powerful woman. She's giving a birth to a baby, but why still the mother have to face this much problems? Why still she is giving a birth, but she have to listen a many problem, many things from the family. If she give birth to a girl, then also there is a problem. There is a big issue they are creating. So why still this is happening? We are getting so much freedom. We are developing, but why still the question are arising in itself?
Divyani, I want to tell you that if Sauhi from Canada can join today, if Mariana can join today from Mexico, if Dr. Moni can join today from India, and you being as a teenager, being 16 years old, you can make this sort of presentation, the world will change. And we are the change maker. I want to tell you that on 15 July, you please come forward and raise your voice internationally that today on 15, that is our global awareness program. I want to give you one beautiful message that today I got offered from another international leader that on 15 she will be joining us. She has offered me the position of deputy director. I want to tell you, our leaders, every girl child should be financially free, and we should establish ethical world in our lifetime. That is our motto. Sahir, Dr. Moni and Mariana, Divyani, we want your cooperation. Who will help us? We ourselves have to help us. We, the leader and the mother. Mother is a great leader. Remember, no warrior. There is a nobody. There is a no soldier than a mother. Mother is a great warrior. And if you have the blessings of God, if your mother is happy, no one can stop you. You are not the girl child. You are the baby. You are the goddess. You are the goddess in yourself. So feel the vibration. You are the change maker. We want to shift pain to power. We want to make the transformation. We are victim today, but victorious tomorrow. We are creating our world. So remember, we are not ever weaker. Those who think we are weak, help themselves. Okay, Dr. Moni, I'm very much thankful to you for our yesterday's presentation and conference. Dr. Moni, I have got great messages from America, great messages from our Enamul Haq today. And you, the pioneer, the game changer, Dr. Moni, I am very much thankful to you, my sister, my beloved, loving sister. Mariana and Sahil, I want your assistance and cooperation. Together, we will bring change. Can I connect you internationally and globally?
I want to tell something. Thank you all of you for your attention to give me a time to show my presentation, to express my view. Thank you so much.
Of course, you are great, but you have great potential. So I congratulate you.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. It's a very big. Thank you, ma'am. It's mean to me. It's a very big thing to me that a very big position, women's, and very a big like we all know, you all are a victim of some or the other situation you have faced it. So by that person I'm getting that yes, my presentation is nice because I can express my view clearly, so it's mean a lot. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. Now I want to connect from each of our leader. Sahil, what is your point? How we can do something more in our life to show
Yes.
power to our children and next generation? Sahil from Canada.
For me, I think that now with social media, we can do a lot. So here we can put pressure on, of course, I'm talking in general, not in Canada alone, because I'm talking about legislation, because many countries, they lack legislation to empower women and children also. So here, I think that we keep raising our voices through demonstrations. This is first. Yes, demonstrations, because now the whole world is watching us, okay, through social media and all, and we can say that you are the first one to be a journalist in your country, Mrs. Monira. So now we don't have, like before, we don't have journalists only. Now every one of us is a journalist. So you are, we can say you are the bright image of Bangladesh, okay. And so we keep self-confident, and this is first. Second, the dark side of a human being. I want to talk about it. It's not philosophy, but this is reality. So here, I'm talking about the humankind. So they cannot be deterred. I mean, to be prevented from hurting people. So here I'm talking about how to protect women and children. So here there should be legislation. How can we do it? Of course, here I'm talking in Canada, there are a lot of organizations are working together, okay, to put pressure on the United Nations. Okay.
Right.
Yes,
So
on the United Nations about UNESCO, because UNESCO is not doing her work properly, and it is like a turtle, okay, because really when you talk about India and you said it is the most dangerous country, where is UNESCO? This is the question, you see. So here, really, we cannot move without political power also. So this is the point. So I think that we should share all together. If you want, we make, because you have the group of Global Female Voice. So I think that we share hashtags, okay, to sensibilize the world, okay. Of course, here we are trying, because there are here NGOs, and there are a lot of organizations at the local or the international level. So here, really, we are trying. Yes, we are trying to make people aware of the situation of women and children all over the world. It's not only in Canada, because we can say it is worse outside Canada, and really it is, we can say it is much worse than within countries that are suffering from wars, okay. So here we are talking about, when we talk about violence, we say that there is no peace. So we are appealing for justice. With justice, we can be peaceful and we can get peace, okay. So this is the point. We should really work together. It's not like Monira said, that we are not here just to talk.
True.
Talk, because talk never ends, okay. So we want action. Really, we want action. And personally, I am trying not to act locally, because this is not my goal. I am really through my writings, I am trying to sensibilize, okay. Of course, here I'm talking about Tunisia, Canada, and also I am a human being, so I belong to humanity. I am really, I talk in general, not because I am in Canada, so I don't care. Really, I care, and I do care, and I must care, because we are all human beings. And I cannot, for example, listen to Mrs. Mariana. She was talking about all of these sad, really,
Yes.
this is sad what is going on in Mexico, and or in Greece, or in India, or anywhere. So here, really, we should do many steps. And for me, I'm talking about my efforts. I am trying through writing also, because literature also has great role. And Mrs.
Yes.
Mariana knows that, because I made a research recently about Mrs. Sor Ines, Juana Ines. You know her, the rebellious. She's a great leader also in Mexico. She is, how to say it, from the 17th and 18th century. This woman was a great leader, though she, at that time, no voice of women at that time. But this woman, she made a miracle through her writings. Okay, so here we can make we can change a whole mindset. Okay,
Right.
from the root we can work together. Please, we can work together, and we keep strong, we keep self-confident. This
Very
is my
true.
opinion. Okay.
Ashutosh, are you there? Can you connect your presentation? And we want to know one speech from Mariana, that how we can do more. Mariana from Mexico.
Okay, I think working together to increase the number of the professional women opportunity, the same rights, peace, equality for all people, and promotes the leadership's opportunities in the girls. The civil participate all the countries, all the people, and all the world.
Very good. Karishma,
Yes.
what is your point? How we can do more for women's rights and children's rights?
Manida, I just have a one view. Whether anyone supports you or not, we have to stand for ourselves, for our self-respect, and start doing alone itself. If we start doing alone, then there is a saying, मैं चलता गया रास्ते मिलते गए राहों के कांटे फूल बनकर खिलते रहे. ये तो कृपा है कृष्ण की मुझ पर, वरना इसी रास्ते पे लाखों फिसलते गए. मैं चलता रहा कारवा बनता गया. So it's like we have to walk in the road alone, and then you will get the number of people standing and waiting for you. So it's such a thing that stand up for yourselves, whether it is your own family, whether it is your own self-respect, whether it is little bit of injustice, just stand for yourself. We didn't have that much of awareness in our childhood, but when we got aware, then we should not stop. We should begin fighting, and we should move and take our fights ahead.
Yes.
What a beautiful message from Karishma, Mariana, and Sauhir. If every woman was like this, was like your kind of ability to share their view, if they had this sort of awareness in themselves, if they were Sauhir, if they were Karishma, if they were Mariana, no girl child or no male child even ever had to gone through this sort of pain, whatever our children and women are facing now. If they could raise their voice like Mariana and Dr. Moni and our sister Sauhid, then the scenario would have been changed. And what is the report? Our mission, Dr. Moni, Mariana, and Sauhid, our mission is to even help in a greater way, even more than United Nations has done in their past experience, what they have done, even to do more than this. And I think Dr. Moni is a super duper hero in her life. We should learn from Mariana, Sahir, and Dr. Moni. And I need your help. I need your assistance that you are representing your country. You are representing your flag. If you stop, your country will be stopped. If you are silent, your country's light will be dimmed. So never stop, never ever. It is the giving up should not be ever an option. I think so. So my international leaders, I want to thank all of you for joining this session. I know there are a lot of works, there are a lot of other engagement, and in spite of everything you have joined, you have raised, and you have created a massive awareness. Sahid, I want you to take part in research for the leadership role for women and children. And Mariana, as being you are a biologist, you have a greater role, not only in Mexico, but also breaking the boundaries, leaving behind the Mexico border, and even connect to Bangladesh, India, Canada, all together virtually. And Dr. Moni, if if we can have more Dr. Moni, I really believe if I can make 100 copies of Dr. Moni, 100 copies of Dr. Moni should be circulated in 100 countries. 139 countries should have each of Sahir, each of Mariana, each of Dr. Moni. And your voice, you are the leader in your, not only in your family, you are the leader in our global community. We have many international associations and we are connecting more boundaries. Dr. Moni has connected me yesterday, the Bill of Children's Rights yesterday. So each of hands should be connected together, one in other. We have to empower the other ladies. We have to empower the other girl child in our community. And we need to make Moni do not ever stop. If there is no one, just count my name. Monira will be with you, inshallah, till my last breath. And Mariana, this is not the one-day conference. Sahib, we want you in our everyday as a light of the world. You are our light. You are the power to our soul. Sahid, please write a poem, such a great poem that it just touches here, not only here. Head and heart should be connected together through your writing. And our Madam Biologist, Mariana, you connect your every patient, connect your every person such strongly, so boldly, so that we feel to go to Mexico just to hug you. We want to hug you as a leader and we want to learn from you. Dr. Moni, on 15 July, I'm welcoming you. 15 July, we'll meet inshallah. Until then, be prepared so well that
Sorry to interrupt you. The last message and the last presentation is a small presentation. So can Ashutosh show it?
Yeah, sure, please. We are here for you.
Interrupt.
Manira,
Yes.
I too have a word to share with you, which I didn't share with you today. But after I think Ashutosh's presentation we can do, because yesterday's also his presentation was remaining. So after Ashutosh's presentation, I will share incident with you and to all the ladies. Okay. So
Yeah,
yes,
sure.
but
Ashutosh,
after
can
this
you connect?
presentation.
Yes, Di.
Sahir and Mariana, you cannot believe Dr. Moni became our family member. Seriously, our work, we are doing our work regularly and she has been our family member. And, and also Divyani, Ashutosh and Neha, they are from India, all of them. But I can't believe that I have not met with them before 34 years. Why? I have lost my so many years that I couldn't meet you guys. I have lost my life so many times. Why? I'm regretting now that I should have met you on the day I have born. I should have met Sahir on my first birthday and Mariana. Where you have been in those days, Mariana? And Dr. Moni, you know, she's a great, great judge also. She's a bold voice. Sahir, you are so profound in knowledge, and I don't know how to be thankful to Mariana. I have no words. You're so beautiful in your work, seriously.
And I am proud of you all of you, really.
Seriously. And I saw your poem. It was so great, a poem to share on women. And Mariana, we want your work. I'm gonna connect Mariana also in our group that we have a speakers group and international association. I will connect you over there. Ashutosh, are you there?
D.
Is your presentation on? I can't see at all right now.
D now. D.
Not yet connected. Can you see? I don't see your presentation. Yeah. It has come.
Yes,
it has come. Please present. Ashutosh.
Yes, D.
Can you all see the presentation part?
Yes,
it's visible now. Yeah. Yes. We want your comment, dear international leaders, on these, and I am connecting on live. I'm going on live now. Yes,
Welcome
Ashutosh,
everyone.
please.
Welcome everyone. I'm really glad to present my presentation, but I feel really bad that the growth of our society is developing day by day, but the mentality or thinking of people is still same. They just want women to stay in the kitchen. So I'm here today to present my presentation to support the woman and to clear the doubt of men that women are born to fly. So don't keep them in cage. The society is growing, but we can see that the cases of child abusement is also growing. Rules are made to stop the cause. So if the rules are strict, then why it's increasing? Why the government is not taking a serious action? Why people think that it's a common issue? We know that women are fighting for their right from the birth time. So when they fought for their job with family, then they again have to face problem in their workplace. So where they can get their place of justice. Children are born to do study or to enjoy their childhood, but some people make them to work, cut their hands or legs for beginning on the streets. So who is responsible for it? A daughter is one of the most beautiful gifts of this world has to give. Thank you.
Thanks, Ashutosh. Dr. Moni, we want to know what was your incident, Dr. Moni?
Yes. Monita, you remember I told you yesterday my account was hacked?
Yeah. Please.
It was because when you use a wrong type, or when you click to some unknown site or something, and when you post something unknown which you are not knowing it, and into the marketplace sort of a thing. So yesterday this thing happened and my account was locked. Okay. And
Okay.
you know there was an online job which I had applied, and in that there was a thing that I had to post an ad of a two-wheeler, and accordingly I'll get paid within next day till 12 p.m. Okay. So I posted an ad, and after posting that ad, my account was immediately hacked and locked. So, the next day I called that person for the payment, but I thought it's some gang or something which is, trying to hack the accounts or something. So what I did, I went to a police station cybercrime cell, and also I reported this cyber case online on a national cybercrime security, and within 1 hour. Within 1 hour, the gang was being traced, and it was from Rajasthan, and it was being traced and caught
Oh my goodness.
within 1 hour. This was
Karishma,
thing.
your camera is showing different view.
Yeah, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Now, now,
That is your home background view.
okay, now,
Still background.
okay. Actually, the network issue is there because it's rainy
Okay.
over here. Yeah, that's why.
Okay, no
So,
problem.
so my account is still locked, but but the police said it would take 24 to 48 hours to maybe to unlock, and tomorrow, again the police will try to unlock it. But that gang was caught, and their location was being traced, and the fraud was being, came out. So I was so happy that I was able to help police to, caught that gang. I told that policeman, I said the last option I had, my account was hacked. The last option I had was that I can delete my entire Facebook ID. That was the last option I was having. But that is not the solution. I had to fight for what is being wrong, and if people like me get victim, and they can misuse their accounts, then why not to report and help police regarding, and the police appreciated, and within 1 hour the gang was caught.
Super. Your account is back now, Karishma?
No, not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet.
Okay. Okay.
Not yet.
So Sahir and Mariana, you can see how great our Dr. Moni is. Yeah, Dr. Moni, carry on.
Yes, so this was the thing, but still my account is locked, and will be back soon, but it would definitely take some time. And but I'm happy I am able to, save many more people by making that gang caught.
Yeah, true. You see, Sahir and Mariana, I want to let you all know that our women, they are not fighter like Dr. Moni. They are very much, they feel that we cannot do anything. Why to do so much pressure? Why to take so much pressure on our shoulder? That's why Mariana, Sahir, this sort of criminals takes this advantage. They harass, they abuse our child and women so many times. They get courage only because our women and child do not take the advantage, do not shout and take the step and action like Dr. Moni. This is the only thing. We women should take action and be fearless like Dr. Moni has taken action boldly, so vigorously. And I'm happy that Dr. Moni is doing her job so great, in a great way. Sahir and Mariana, I want to let you all know that your profile, and I want to connect you globally as a visionary leader so that our women can learn from you. Each of your experience should be shared, that they can take the light from your experience so that they can develop themselves. Like Dr. Moni and you, each of you should take part a single video or single interview, that how our women can do something great in their life, how a woman can be a leader, how a child can be the goal setter in their life. We don't have leadership, in our life, we face this difficulty. So, Dr. Moni, I will really invite you to take your interview in next session so that how women can be like you, a leader, a bold voice. And Sahir and Mariana, I can see you now, Dr. Moni, I can see you.
Okay.
Divyani, Ashutosh, Neha, what is your last message to the world? Now we will conclude our session, just the final message from each of you. Divyani, are you there?
Yes, my last message to the world is only that we have to stand for ourselves. We have to think, or not for only ourselves, but we have to think about the other justice also and fought for that also. Because more people are who cannot able to stand for themselves. We can fought for themselves to make them stand and make up their mind. Especially if the person mind is make up is strong, no, so they can fought with any person. But we can see that they are tortured mentally, especially, so we can create awareness by doing some global program where we can speak up and make their mind strong by some motivational speech or some motivational poems, like, so by that we can make them motivated and make their mind strong so they can stand for themselves and